Now I would like to proceed to an exciting presentation by Mr. Thomas Pokorny, CAFT Secretary General and CEO of PayPay. Thomas, please let us know about this exciting news that you have.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for joining this offline and online event. I've been given a peculiar task in kind of addressing you in short 10 minutes on a topic we've inherited and we've been actually blessed by that topic by NBC of co-organizing together with ABC the Singapore Fintech Festival, which will be this year very different. And I think that since we are running out of time, because this festival will be happening in December, we don't have any other opportunity, and this one is best platform probably to share with you what will be happening and probably invite you to help us with making it happen. We can join on next slide. So for many of you probably joined Singapore Fintech Festival, or you've heard about Singapore Fintech Festival that's happening in Singapore every year. Last year it's been an event that attracted more than 60,000 people offline, physically in Singapore, right? Considering the COVID constraints, this year SFF had to take different approach. So event will be happening on December 7 to 11, which means roughly, I think, 65 days from now, so we don't have really much time. And will be happening in Singapore, but in very small scale, probably only with a selected group of keynote speakers. Rest of it will be given to online platform that's being currently developed with Microsoft and to partner cities. So what partner city is, it's something that we've been given opportunity to participate as a Cambodia. And what it means that we will co-organize one-day event. That's roughly what we believe and hope that we will be able to execute offline in Cambodia, where it would be full day of panel speeches, panel discussion, keynote speeches, and exhibitions by fintech, financial institutions, and other tech companies and startups in Cambodia. We hope to attract up to 50 companies. That's maybe ambitious target, but we need to aim at least for something reasonable, because whatever happens offline in that event will be also co-streamed online. We will get into it shortly. Theme of this year Singapore Fintech Festival is people and talent. So it's of course fintech industry, finance, innovation, digitalization, but focused on people. Human talent in Southeast Asia and around the world in our industries. Recognizing key contributors to those industries, recognizing key innovators, recognizing key innovations. Also recognizing and talking about key trends, what actually we need when it comes to people. Because ultimately, as we all know, what we do, even within our companies, it's all about people we have, right? So talent is the focus of this year. So as I mentioned, offline event will have cross presence in online. So whatever we'll be doing in Cambodia will be either live streamed or will be published as video on demand in Singapore Fintech Festival platform that will be accessible both during the 5 days of the event as well as post-event informal video on demand. So it will give a lot of opportunities for local panelists and speakers to be featured, essentially without needing to travel to Singapore. So I think it's a very good opportunity for many of you and many of our young startups in Cambodia and financial institutions here too, to actually participate and get the voice out there and share what we can do within Cambodia. Online event itself is developed by Microsoft, as I mentioned, together with SFF. And what it will give is essentially collaboration platform and information sharing platform where companies who will co-exhibit will be presented under Cambodian virtual building that will be part of the Singapore online map. Imagine you go to that building and you see all exhibitors in Cambodia. Those exhibitors will be able to communicate one-on-one with audience. So of course, Singapore Fintech Festival is still available for the audience, same like it would be offline event, just in virtual format. You will be able to organize the panel discussions and target audience forums and collaborations. Platform will help you to generate leads, communicate with potential sales subject, and overall represent and present yourself within that online platform. So, as I mentioned, special features are anything from public lead generation for you, one-on-one audience interaction, panel discussions and speeches, and features your products. Next slide, please. Who will be organizing this event is that we hope to work as a CAFT together with ABC. We have blessing and support with NBC, who is helping us with MAS in Singapore to try to fit and organize this one within actually short 2 months. We actually, and some of you are here from big companies, will be approaching shamelessly and openly many of Cambodian companies for sponsorships, because we have very short time. I understand it's end of the budget years, but if we want to actually make Cambodia stand out, right, we cannot do it on a shoestring budget. So we'll be looking for sponsorships. So sponsorships will be used not to benefit commercially us as associations, but to give opportunity for exhibitors to join at reasonable package costs, because joining this event is not free. And we realize that many of the startups that we think that should have presence there, or many of companies that would want to have presence there, won't be able to afford it, which is shame, right? Which is also a sad part, because Cambodia has so much to give, so much to share. But at current setting, with current time constraints, it wouldn't be possible without big help of other companies as sponsors. It's not only about bringing exhibitors and giving them chance to speak about themselves. The main thing and main reason for why we're boosting this and why we think that this one can be impactful is that we want to feature Cambodia. In last slide, once I finish this one, we will talk about mission was the main goal, and we will see why we're essentially trying to push for bigger recognition. What we need also, aside of sponsorships, we're looking for co-organizers and event management companies and others to help us with this event, because organizing offline session for up to 50 participants, even if it's one day, you can imagine that finding location, making enough marketing, letting know enough audience to join, it's a lot of to do. So if you have any ideas, that's the reason of me sharing it here today. We welcome any collaborators and contributors to help us with driving this event forward. Feature opportunities for all of us and all exhibitors are within the speaking opportunities, both online and offline. So we hope that this one will give us a chance to showcase and give public voice to our startups and share on that quite exciting forum internationally what we have to give. Keep in mind that this event is not purely Singapore-based event. The SFF this year is organizing it to be run in 24/7 across 3 time zones. So whatever is happening in Singapore, it's then streamed in our zone, in our time zone in Southeast Asia. There will be events, co-events happening in UK at the same time and in States. So all 3 time zones will be covered at the same time. So practically anybody who joins will have access 24/7 into sharing and collaboration. So this time is probably first for SFF and for us, for Cambodia especially, first opportunity to actually be available around the globe and showcase our solutions and what we can do around the globe. Currently confirmed, of course, highlight Her Excellency Madam Chesere. She's one of the speakers. Everything else is not yet fixed, but as I mentioned, that's why we're sharing a video now, because we have a lot of work to do. So in next steps, we will need to confirm venue, confirm the structure and format of the event. Honestly, I know it sounds rushed, because my clear-cut answer is Singapore Fintech Festival organizers haven't yet even published final pricing. That's why I cannot share with you those. They haven't published anything except the date of 7th to 11th of December. So it's really running tight, but today is preliminary sharing, so I can showcase what will be happening. And within next week, or this week, probably next week, we'll be able to share more from details. Then, of course, we'll be confirming location, organization, structure, and start recruiting exhibitors and preparing the content. Because this time, imagine it again, whatever you would be doing for offline event, by having your own booth, having your own exhibitors, having your own team to communicate with people, will be happening, but in online way. Timing, as I mentioned, October preparations, November execution and sales recruitment, and December event itself. So in summary, why we doing this? If we can go to next slide. The mission we're trying to push is essentially, as I said, not showcase just us as individuals here, not showcase just companies, but showcase Cambodia. When we discussed this with NBC, very strong emphasis was put on let's showcase Cambodia for talent that we have here. Let's showcase Cambodia as a driving force of global, regional financial inclusion and digitalization. Because as you know, we're doing a lot of things that are uncommon, even in the region. There are a lot of first time in that's happening here within the industry. So we want to showcase what private sector is driving, what private-public partnership are driving in form of new digital framework, new e-commerce law, and so on. And we want to, of course, showcase also what we're doing on the regulatory side, how blockchain platform in Bakong version now, and whatever else is to come in the future, driven by NBC and other regulators. We want to showcase what it can do for financial inclusion, what it can do for people, and how it can impact overall industry. And hopefully, you know, we want to showcase Cambodia as something that is not just following, but that's being followed. And leapfrogging and leading by example, at least within the region. So still a lot of info to comprehend within such a short presentation, I understand. Still a lot of info that's not certain and defined, but rest assured I'll come back to you, and both associations will come back to you within next few weeks with firm schedules, firm timelines, and firm agendas and commercial offers. And I hope that within October 2020, all of us together, if we help each other, that we will be able to make it stand out. And that Cambodia is one of few partner cities, because there is not that many. It's not like there is 100 partner cities across the world. We're talking about, we can count it on fingers of one or two hands. So we'll be really on the top of organizational achievement of 2 months preps. So thank you for your support in advance, and I think that this one will be exciting and a defining chapter in the fintech industry for Cambodia. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas, for addressing our theme and also enlightening us more about fintech and financial inclusion. It's a very interesting thing to learn about the Fintech Festival.